Let's get into some of the stuff that Nathan Wade said in his interview, because this is also a major, major thing. We got the presidential election going on. Donald Trump running up against Joe Biden in this 2024 presidential election. And you have to remember that multiple jurisdictions around this country are trying to convict, and New York already did it, trying to convict Donald Trump right now. Right? So Georgia and Fulton County is one of those jurisdictions, and it's based on election interference from the 2020 election, right? So Nathan Wade and Fonnie Willis had a relationship. They had a relationship, right? And Fonnie Willis ended up making Nathan Wade, who's also a lawyer, making Nathan Wade the special prosecutor over the Donald Trump case. And what they were pretty much alleging is that that's improper. She was given improper benefits to her boyfriend. He was getting paid a crazy amount of money for very little work. You know, that whole thing. So Judge McAfee in Fulton County, like, he disqualified Nathan Wade, but he let Fonnie Willis stay on the case, right? So now we hear, and Nathan Wade finally speaks, and let's hear what he had to say. I'm not going to play a whole bunch of it, but I want to play the part where where they ask him, does he think he's at fault any for the Trump case being delayed right now? Let's listen to it because I think it's interesting.
Ruling based upon the filings without the need for that entire circus.
But initially, the district attorney and the office that you were working with previously were aiming for a summer trial date for all of this. And so when you look at what they are fighting, which is, it's not related to the indictment, it's related to the district attorney and you, it's at the center of this. Is there any part of you that believes it jeopardized, the years of hard work, the investigations that you did, the grand jury's work in all of this? Because it's not going to happen before the election.
Okay, I don't know if y'all could hear it because it was very low. And shout out to, who is this, 11 Alive, but y'all messed the audio up with a major interview. Messed up the audio. Your interviewer, her lapel mic was not turned on. How did y'all fumble like that? I don't know. Y'all should have hired me. I would have got you right. But so she pretty much asked him, hey, they was trying to get this trial going and convicted by the summertime, but you pretty much messed it up. Do you agree that you messed it up? And this is his answer.
So I'm very proud of the things that we were able to accomplish under my leadership. We were able to investigate that case thoroughly. We were able to successfully seek an indictment that speaks to the facts and the evidence that came out during the course of the investigation. That did take years. Spoke to a lot of people, had a lot of conversations, spoke to a lot of witnesses, saw a lot of evidence. It took years out of my life. I'm very passionate about it. I believe in the indictment. Certainly, I would have never done anything that I thought would jeopardize that hard work. But do I believe that my actions caused this delay? No. I do believe, though, that the timing of a personal relationship that I had was probably bad. It was bad timing. But you don't pick and choose when those things happen. They happen organically, and you deal with the situation as it comes.
Do you have regrets about it?
He just said you don't pick and choose when these things happen. When he said you don't pick and choose when these things happen, he said you don't pick and choose when you get in when you get in relationships with people. I keep on doing that. And excuse me, my brother Nathan Wade, and I feel like I'm like 2 degrees separated from him because of some of the people that I met since being in Georgia. So no disrespect, my guy, but you do pick and choose when these things happen. We're not going to get into the messy side of it, but you do pick and choose when these things happen. And I think it's okay to admit that what you did in the affair, the relationship, situationship, whatever you want to call it, that you were a part of, is the reason that this Donald Trump conviction is not going to happen anytime soon. It's okay to admit that. They already kicked you off the case. It's okay to say, yeah, I messed up with that, and like, what can they do? It's okay to say, yeah, I look back and I probably should have just never got on the case at all. I should have known, because I'm a seasoned attorney, and I think he was a municipal judge at some point, and he's a trainer. He teaches other lawyers how to be better lawyers, or judges or whatever. He should have known that accepting a job as a special prosecutor from a district attorney who he had a relationship with would cause a problem. He should have known that just because. Why wouldn't it cause a problem? And not cause a problem as in you can't properly do your job. Cause a problem as in the people that you are about to prosecute are going to see it as an issue, and they're going to see it as unfair. How come you couldn't tell, my G? I'm not understanding why you couldn't tell. He pretty much said his only regret was the timing of it. But, you know, if you regret the timing of it, then that means you are recognizing that you're part of the reason why this thing is not moving forward the way everybody hoped for it to move forward. You understand? So I think that it's okay. It's okay to admit that we were wrong. It's definitely okay to admit that you messed something up if you actually are the reason that something is messed up. You know what I'm saying? So don't trip. Don't even trip, man. How do y'all? Anybody on here in Fulton County? Are y'all in Fulton County or in the Atlanta area? He said, Lou Gardner said Fonnie Willis put it on him something crazy. He was willing to throw away everything. They was both willing to throw away everything for each other because she almost messed herself up too. Fortunately, she wasn't the one that was in a marriage, like having extramarital affairs. So fortunately for her, it wasn't on that. Tony said, okay, yeah. Judge McAfee did what Judge Glanville wouldn't do and grant a certificate of immediate review to stay the proceedings too. Yep. So now the whole case is essentially on hold right now. By the way, it's on hold for all the defendants that were named in this whole disqualification thing. So yeah, McAfee actually didn't make a quick ruling. Like he stopped the trial proceeding. They had a disqualification hearing, and then even once they finished presenting that whole case in a disqualification hearing, which Ashley Merchant was the leader of on the defense side, he took a week before he made a decision and made a ruling. Glanville, it's okay to take some time to make a ruling. I know this trial is about to take forever and you don't really want to take breaks like that. However, you can I feel like, why not? Take some time to really think about the rulings that you're about to make before you just make them and just not even really listening to what the attorneys are saying. You're just making a ruling in 2 seconds. Like, nah, I'm good. Go to appeal. Nita said, yes, you do. And he has the duty to ensure that said things don't happen in these circumstances. His actions were unacceptable facts. He got to save face by saying he doesn't have regrets. He said he does have regrets. His regret was the time frame that he had this relationship. And because of the way this whole thing came out, it allowed for his wife to be able to shake him and Fonnie Willis down in their divorce situation. I don't know if y'all noticed how much y'all paid attention. They were like 2 days away from Fonnie Willis being forced to come testify in the divorce trial. They settled like immediately right when she was about to have to testify. So once they made it public that, hey, they had this affair and they're admitting to having this affair, they subpoenaed Fonnie Willis. And they was about to make her testify in that divorce trial. And it made them have to settle with whatever the wife was asking for. So you definitely messed yourself up. You messed your whole world up playing around like this. In theory, he should have thought about his actions before going down the long road. That's a fact. I don't think they cared because it seems that they are running an above the law office. Yeah, Fulton County is his own one. Fonnie should never have asked him to be a part. She was the superior. Yeah, that's a fact. She definitely, it would have just been, the whole relationship, it would have still been a extramarital affair, even though he claims that they had been separated since 2015 or whatever. It would have still been an extramarital affair, but it wouldn't have been like, what they would call improper benefits or whatever, because she's paying him money and then he's taking her on vacations and then she's paying him back in cash. That whole optics, that whole thing wouldn't exist. Because he would have just continued being a prosecutor or a municipal judge wherever he was at in Marietta, I think, or whatever. And he would have never overlapped with Fulton County at all. And he would have stayed where he was at. These people lost friendships. They lost family. They lost a lot behind this for no reason. It's just horniness. How horny can you be? where you about to throw everything away. These are lawyers that we talking about. You know what I'm saying? You would think like the more intelligent bunch of society would use better reasoning, would have better foresight, could do better predictive analysis to say, if I make this turn, these things are going to happen. If I make this turn, these things are going to happen. You would think that some of the more intelligent people of society would have been able to predict the outcome better than what they did. You know what I'm saying? Did he get to keep the money though? He did keep the money. He made a bunch of money. He kept all the money because they didn't, it's not like a criminal thing. They just saying like the relationship was improper. So you off. But all the money he made over the last few years on this case, he kept all of it. You know what I mean? And what they found out is that his wife didn't even know how much money he was making. She thought he was making way less money than he was actually making. So yeah, like I said, his actions led him to get shaken down by his own spouse in a divorce hearing. You know what I'm saying? He got cooked.